Well, hey everyone. Another video. This is kind of a POV shot, and yeah, I'm going to go for a run and test out the hyper smooth of the GoPro Hero 8 Black. So I'm just doing a little sort of warm-up routine just to get the legs going a little bit. Usually I like to do some sort of nice little warm-up, just a little loop around the neighborhood just to get the legs and blood flowing, and usually gets me off to a little bit better start and stretching a little bit. But this sort of helps to loosen up some of the joints, some of the back, and different things like that. So doing this and then going out nice and easy for the first mile. And today's an easy day, so it'll just be a chill little run. And this is the first time that I'm testing this on my head, so yeah, we'll see how this goes. At the moment, it looks like, or at least AccuWeather or whatever the app that I use says it's like 32 ambient or real feel. And I got some extra trash here, so I'm gonna put this away. GPS watch. This is the Garmin 735 XT. And it's got signal. And I have a little headlamp. I got a reflective gear, so should be able to see a little bit more now. Not a lot. Got my other headlamp for that, but wearing two things on my head, probably not the best situation. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. I don't know if anybody vlogs this way with like GoPro attached to their head. It's probably super inconvenient. Let's get it going. Yeah, it's kind of bouncy, so I'm going to try to, yeah, with the new Hyper Smooth 2.0, whatever, it should make this much smoother, probably, so you don't get super motion sick. But I had a chest strap where I can put it on my chest, and I'm assuming that would be a lot less bouncy. A little bit icy here. Right now it's actually it's 12:10 a.m. so going for a run pretty late, and stomach's not actually feeling that great, so which is kind of why I debated if I wanted to run or bike or swim. Usually biking's probably the easiest to do when your stomach's feeling like crap. Plus, yesterday we played a little football, which is this kind of Garmin GPS map. I actually tracked it on my watch, but I kind of jacked up my foot, my left foot, which is kind of goofy right now, but it hurts when I push off, but that's about it. So a little icy here, but yeah, this is me just going for a run. Gonna do about 5 miles, not a loop or anything like that, and want to see how this camera does in the low light, as well as the image stabilization as well, and also the mic. On my head, I'm not sure how well it'll do, but it's pretty silent, so you'll probably get a little wind and my voice, because that's, and probably me stomping down, because that's really all the noise that's going on here. Maybe me spitting and some cars coming by. yeah, we might just unless something spectacular happens, might want to just make this into a time lapse or something. Foot kind of really hurts, but I'm sure it'll eventually be fine. I'm getting older, you know, 31 and whatnot, but still don't heal that quickly as quickly as we did when we were kids. So, ooh, nice and easy around here, and back to it. Yeah, it's still kind of icy. So if I do fall, we'll most definitely capture that. Just going for something nice and easy. But I'm training for the half Ironman in Roanoke, Virginia. I think they only did it 1 year last year in 2019, and I wanted to see what the bike course is like, and on the Ironman website it literally just says hills, like it's hilly, but it doesn't give a rating of how much elevation there is like they typically do in a fairly popular one that they've done over and over again. So kind of coming into this blind. I'm assuming there's going to be a ton of hills because yeah, the course out there, or the terrain out there, is pretty hilly. So I'm just going to assume the worst and train as many hills as we have. There's really not many in Illinois, at least where I live in the suburbs of Chicago. So, but this is what we're leading up to. We try to train, and by we I don't mean a group or anything, it's just me. Try to train 5 to 7 days a week. Usually in the beginning stages, I'm okay taking a few days off here and there, but as it gets warmer, I want to make sure I do all the training I can. Right now it's coming to the end of January. The race is early June 7th, I believe. So we're ramping up, building a nice little base. Got a lot of cycling in this winter and not much swimming thus far. I was in a little group, but then I got out of it just because it's so inconvenient that, oh, it looks like somebody drove off here. But it's so inconvenient to to have to go to a pool, and when in the pool, skin gets disgustingly dry and you just smell like chlorine for your entire life. So it kind of sucks. But yeah, I was looking up different lotions, and there are some that you put them on before you actually go in the pool so that your skin doesn't absorb all the chlorine and different chemicals that make your skin super dry. So I think that's the thing I'm gonna have to get, and I think, yeah, I'm gonna have to start building back that swim, because I'm really not good at the swim as much as people would like to believe that I am, like friends and family. They're like, oh, you've done an Ironman, swimming, no big deal. Let's take a look at the watch here. Looks like mile 1, 7:46 right here. So pretty quick mile for, I think it's because I have shorts on, so don't have any restrictions here, so I can fly free. But back to the swim. Yeah, not really a great swimmer. I think in the previous races I've averaged like 2 minutes to 2:20 on the swim per 100 yards. So I'm pretty sure that's not that great. At least for my age group and being a male, it's not great. Usually I let my strategy in the triathlon is really spend the least amount of energy swimming, biking, and then kill everybody on the run, because my background is really in running. So for the half marathon, averaging like 7:15, I believe, was my best pace, just running in a half Ironman. And I think I've ran like a 1:26 or something in the open half, so somewhere around like 6:30 or 6:40 pace, so pretty decent. So I'm not really sure how competitive I want to be going there with my buddy Peter, who is always ultra competitive, but his bark is a lot more than his bite is, so usually he's not in the best of shape, but it's no big deal. Woo, almost slipped and died there. Nice icy patch. And yeah, he's usually ultra competitive and not actually very competitive. Woo, shit. There's one year that he was in really good shape, and I think he beat me in like 3 out of the 4 races or something like that. I think we only did a few races that year, so it wasn't that many, but he lost it the next year. And then ever since then, I've been kicking his butt pretty badly, but all competition and friendly goodness. And this is fucking super sketchy. Okay, don't die. So, like I said, with this route, it's all very well lit, so you don't really need the vest and headlamp that I have, but better safe than sorry. I mean, I have the gear, I might as well just wear it. But yeah, I guess let me know in the comments if there's anyone else that does a vlog like this, or I guess how the audio is, maybe how it can improve. I don't know. I don't know if this is something that I'll do on a regular basis, because this would be quite intruding to my run and my privacy and whatnot. But yeah, we're just gonna keep on recording. One thing to watch out around here is that, you know, it being midnight, watching out for skunks, because skunks are nocturnal and they're blind, and there's a fairly decent population around here. That's the only thing that I'd be scared about. But I guess if I wasn't me, I'd have to be a little more weary of, I guess, people. But as you can see, everything is super well lit here, and I guess it'd be sketchy because there's not too many cars around, but I don't think I've actually seen a car pass me, so that's pretty sketchy. Oh, there's one right there. Take that. There is a car. Now I'm feeling fine, not tired at all, just kind of still digesting. I actually still sort of taste the food that I had from from lunch, which was falafel sandwich with like garlic sauce and cabbage and some cucumbers and onions. So haha, 2 cars. So yeah, it's a nice Mediterranean food that's just sort of hanging around. Trying to switch up the diet and be more vegan-like. It's kind of difficult in this time and age. What I've seen, you're pretty limited and you run out of options real quick. So what I'm actually gonna try to do is go to the store, see if we can find some soy-based products, which are substitutes. But at the moment, we're sort of bordering back and forth between vegetarian, vegan, and, you know, monster meat eater. I think the other night we went to a barbecue place and I think there's one option for vegan / vegetarian. I don't even know half the stuff that has butter and milk in it. So basically any bread that doesn't fall apart completely is not vegan. All right, this is kind of sketchy. We want to get back on the road. We're at 1.9, so I'm gonna head into this neighborhood to the left here. Another nice and safe location with pretty decent lighting. Nice and orange. Nice orange lighting. I think I'll get about 2.5 right as I leave out here. So yeah, this loop here is around a half mile. So right now we're at 1.97, so that's about right. Right now I'm feeling kind of warm actually. I have a windbreaker jacket on, some gloves, a hat with a light on it, and Under Armour and a t-shirt, and as I mentioned, shorts, because anything above 30 is shorts weather. And you have to look at the real feel first, is, or like weather.com is the feels like, to really determine what you should wear. And also make sure you look at the wind. Here it gets pretty windy, so the wind chill adds, or I guess in this case minuses, a bunch of degrees. And this is in Fahrenheit, so probably right around 0 Celsius. And yeah, this is the little running route. Nice and safe, very, very flat. So if you want to do tempo, this is great for that. Also is very well lit. Only issue I would say is if you had to go to the bathroom, not really many places to do that. So that's probably the one downside. So today's an easy day. So tomorrow I might want to rid myself of these gloves for the time being and then put them back on if my hands get a little bit colder. So we're hands free now. All right, let's see where we're at. 2.26. Yeah, right around a half. It's not a bad place to do mile repeats either, I would say, because you got a nice wide asphalt place that's pretty flat, so it's not bad in the curves and whatnot. And there's nothing super sharp around here too, but we'll see if we end up doing any of that. Still not sure how quick I want to be for this triathlon. All right, and that's the loop. So it goes at like 1.9 something, and now we're at 2.3. So short of it, but close. I had to do a little add-on over here too. Yeah, I got another 160 meters to go. But the reason I like this route is it's kind of repetitive because you do a loop, but it's kind of nice to, if you want to do out easy back hards or something like that, because it's obviously the same amount of distance out as it is back, but you can also do loops. But this one's like nice and safe. And oh, we're at 2.51, so I'm gonna turn around. Oh, I didn't show you the second mile. I guess we can show you that back on the other loop, or once we finish. Whew, slippery. But it looks like I'm still around the same pace, around 7:30, 7:40 pace per mile. And for those of you in kilometers, this is how fast it is. Yeah, this really isn't that bad. I don't feel any fatigue on my head. It's a little pin to it because we had to tighten it, and it has some grips on it so it doesn't go anywhere, especially if it's on like a smooth surface like a helmet. But yeah, it doesn't seem like it's going anywhere, so that's a good sign. I'm wondering about the audio though. Certainly has improved. You can tell for sure from the 5. The 5 is complete garbage. But yeah, this is pretty low lighting here, other than my hand being in the flashlight. But there's a lamp here, but it's kind of a really orange, kind of deep orange, kind of like the lighting that you see sort of in like the end of the world kind of thing. Yeah, I kind of wish they put some nice bright 6000K LEDs. That way you'd probably get a lot more visibility instead of this dull kind of orange color. But that probably also hurts or screws with people's their circadian rhythm, whatever that rhythm is for people to sleep. Circadian rhythm, something like that. Ooh, a mattress. So my hands are starting to get a little bit cold, so I'm gonna flip those gloves back on, or mittens. These are mittens that I had since middle school, so super sentimental. They have little holes in them. No, they're not very sentimental at all. I just am cheap and didn't want to pay for more gloves. Starting to get a little bit fatigued, so I'm gonna take it down a notch. Doggies. Hey, there's a snowman. Snow person. I don't see any. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with snow person. Yeah, just take it down a little bit. So that 740, so fast in that first mile, so we can chill out a bit. Don't need to be running this quickly, but I've been running for the last few months, so it's nice to see a little bit of improvement, because before I was doing, and it could just be the weather, no wind, nice and cool, not a lot of stops, different things like that add to the speed. So yeah, feeling pretty good, no complaints thus far, and my foot is loosening up a bit, so that's good too. Sketchy, sketchy, sketchy. Ooh, that's sketchy. So what I'm gonna try to focus on here as we finish sort of the last couple of miles is that my heart rate's gonna go up as we continue going, because that's usually the way that heart rates go when you're doing some cardio and you're not in the best of shape, but your heart will, at least what I've seen from this wrist strap heart rate monitor, which isn't super accurate, but it's probably like 80% accurate, and that's if I get a good contact point. So yeah, so what I've seen is that my heart rate will gradually go up, but I want to try to keep it steady state. I want to keep it as even as possible. So problem with that is the one run will gradually slow down, so I want to try to keep as close as possible to my average, so right in the 735 to 750 pace, and just keeping it right there without getting my heart rate higher. So it's almost like every now and then just take a look at your pace. Right now 755, which is fine. Oh, that's a really good one. Look at that. Shit. What a great snow person. Yeah, it's great. It's been unseasonably warm, and my wife and I gotta go sledding as soon as she gets better from being sick. That way, you know, she's feeling great, and we get to have some fun on the sledding hill. Still fighting a bit with the stomach. This is a real low lights position right here, so seeing how that is. Back to some illumination here. Yeah, having a bit of acid reflux because I had some salmon teriyaki like 4 hours ago, but still hasn't been digested yet, so yeah, that's why I'm feeling okay. But trying to keep that cadence up, keep the legs moving, keep nice and loose. Sometimes you get tight, you gotta shake it out. Or if you're just getting tight, just slow down. That's always a good measure, and maybe shows that you went out too fast and you're trying to keep the form and everything's tightening up, but you're going slower and slower. Yeah, just slow down. Try to relax your breathing. Nice deep breaths, and just try to focus on your breathing. Nice deep breaths. And hell, if you're just starting out, just walk. Take a nice brisk walk, say 30 seconds, 30-second walk. Start running again. And do it repetitively. Oh shit, gonna break my shit. See, the stabilization probably made it seem like I wasn't gonna slip at all. All right, sorry for the readjustment. Sorry for the spitting for those who think that's disgusting, but it's a habit. Try not to do it too often, as much as I'm aware of it. Oh, the other thing is, if the ground is super slippery, choose fresh snow to run in, because you get a hell of a lot more traction than you do on icy surfaces. Also, open grass, still much more. And you can switch back and forth so you can see how the traction actually is. All right, let's see where we're at here. 3.8, and coming up on the 4th mile up here and on the turn. It's basically where this huge mansion is. Guy or person, whomever it was, I think it was a football player or something like that, but I think 3 lots, possibly 4, and just set up their house, outdoor basketball court / tennis court, and the whole last lot is like a softball field. So it's pretty badass, but I don't see many people using it. It's kind of a waste. Starting to get a little bit harder. As you can feel your legs start to get a little bit heavier, but it's not that I can't go any faster. It's more like I want to keep it stable. I want to keep it nice and easy. Nice Camaro right there. So yeah, all that is this guy's land, and should be coming up on the 4 mile mark. Yeah, right around the 7:49 right there. So it's slower, but not really too much slower. Just want to keep it nice and even. Actually, what I saw for this camera is that for some reason when I have the camera in 4K 60 frames per second, it says that I'm recording in slow-mo. And then when I take off the slow-mo, it goes to 4K 30 frames per second. So that's interesting. So I think it records everything at, it's actually smart about it, actually. It's different than what I'm used to, but very nice feature, because you don't want it to have to upscale or downscale, but it's recording at the highest frame rate, and then you can slow it down in post. So you have the option of slowing it down or just keeping it as is. So sort of a nice feature. I'm gonna check if you're still on or if you ran out of batteries or not. If you're still on, what's up, YouTube? How you doing? You probably can't see anything because I'm shining a light at you. All right, we'll put you back on. Oh God, you're good. We got you. We got you. I think that's fine. So good. About 3/4 of the mile. Yeah, 3/4 of a mile left. So what I typically do on these easy runs is I pick it up the last like quarter, and then what I actually do, and this may sound stupid to a lot of people, but if you're as well, actually no, screw that. It's actually really smart to do this. Just picturing yourself finishing the race. And I mean, think about the camera person, think about that epic shot that you want to get, and really just savor the moment. And granted, there have been plenty of times where I've won out too fast and I've just said, shit, I've got nothing left and this picture is gonna look terrible. And in fact, a lot of my pictures look like I'm just about to die or something. But yeah, just think about what poses you want to make and just be loose coming in. Be happy you accomplished it. Because as much as you want to say, I didn't get my best time, or that was a really terrible race, or I felt like garbage, you finished the race, which is much better than one can say about people that didn't finish the race or didn't run the race, or people that can't run the race. I mean, you're able to, and you do run. So that in itself is a huge accomplishment. So, oh shit, gonna kill myself. My God. But yeah, I mean, just be grateful that you're able to finish and that you're out there, because you could be on the couch not out there talking about and thinking that you want to be out there. All right, so we are about 0.38 from the finish. So as you hit 4.75, you're gonna start picking it up and finish strong. We're gonna think about what poses we're gonna do. Now we're gonna finish. Me personally, I like the muscle shot and smiling at the cameraman, or you can do the serious one where you just look like a badass finishing really, really fast. That's one I like too. So coming up on the 4.75, 4.72, ramping up a little bit, loosen up those arms, get ready for a little burst of speed. All right, a quarter mile to go. Let's pick it up a bit. All right, a little icy here. Careful. Don't want to hyperextend anything. And this doesn't have to be like an all-out sprint or anything. It has to be sort of a significant pickup. Basically, if you're running next to somebody who you hate or want to beat, they got to make sure it's significant and they can't keep up with you. For some of you, that's the sprint, but yeah, it doesn't have to be a sprint. All right, coming up on that last turn, our last couple turns, we're gonna think about our poses. Yes, as cliche as it sounds, that's what we're gonna think about. Finish line, you wanna hear The crowd shouting, woo, yeah, go Derek, woo, yeah, slap hands, yeah, come on, pump it up, let's go. There's the finish right there. Let's get it. Woo. Come on. Woo. Number one. There we go. Here we go. 7:20 last mile. There we go. That's 5:03. I'm gonna save that puppy, and we'll tell you what that second mile was. Whew. Whew. All right. Average 7:37, which is this in kilometers per hour. And we'll go to our last sport here. We're actually gonna go to laps. So there we got 7:46, 7:35, 7:40, 7:49, 7:20. So went up here a little bit, so that's where our average went up, but that's okay. We'll work on that as we move forward. I want to make sure last couple of miles are the fastest, but I'm going to cool down a bit. So I'm going to do 6 strides back and forth, so 100 meters back and forth. Okay, so strides. Why am I doing strides? And why are they 100 meters? I don't know, they're what I did when I was a kid growing up, running cross country. And then the other thing is that it's a nice way to loosen up your legs as well, so. Just get a nice little ramp up. So what you want to do is just slowly build up your speed as you go on, and then right before you hit the finish line, just slow up a little bit. And that's the stride. Usually wait 30 seconds for your rest and then back to it. And this will give you, this is really what I tell people, is that it's a good way to tell sort of your different speeds. So like, this is my sprint, this is my jog, and this is sort of my running pace as I go. And this sort of allows you to figure out all those types of speeds. So. Build up as fast as I'm going right now, and then slowly building down. Let's actually shoot this next one in super view. So I switched it to super view and changed the stabilization to high instead of just medium or whatever. So let's see if this is any better. Oh, that running feels a lot better. I think that football loosened me up a little bit. That's 3 right there. Nice and loose. Maybe aim you down a little bit more. I don't know. I'm not sure what you're seeing. Hashtag POV. All right. Not bad for 31, and not in too good a shape. That last 2, keep it nice and loose. I can feel my hamstring pretty tight. Key thing right now, I'm kind of cold because I looked at some of the footage, but And when I sort of do these right after, have a drink on the side or something, and yeah, get started on these as quick as possible so you don't freeze, especially in the cold. But you also don't want your legs to get cold, so that when you're doing these, your legs tighten up. And I can feel like sort of the imbalance in my legs. Like my left leg's pulling a little bit, my right leg's not liking it. Different things like that. All right, last one should be your fastest. Like I said, you're not trying to pull a hamstring here. You want to be building up your speed. So you should be monitoring as you go how fast it is. So build up. Into the fastest right now. And slowly go down. And there we are. And then after that, we're gonna stretch and get some refueling in. So I'll probably get a bunch of water, maybe some sweet tea. And then finally, I'm going to probably eat a peanut butter sandwich or possibly a protein bar of some sort, just for a little bit of recovery. It's not gonna be a ton. It's just gonna be like one piece of bread and peanut butter slabbered on it. So yeah, that's all for this one. We'll see you in the next one. Thank you for watching.